Hello, my name is Joe Reitz, and I don't think I'm going to put this on Marketo Foo, but welcome to my YouTube channel. And what I want to talk through today is the Summit, Marketo Summit is next week, and two, there is a mobile app just like every year at Summit, but this year it's a lot cooler and a lot more feature packed than I think it's ever been. So I'm just going to take a few minutes just to dive through the app and show you a few tips and tricks for getting the most out of it, and also maybe talk about Summit. So if we dive in here to a screen share. Okay, so my phone. So one caveat here is I'm on an iPhone 7 Plus, so the screen might be a little bigger than what you're used to or different, but and it's probably definitely different if you're on Android. But you want to make sure you go to the App Store, and I'll put the link in the description of this video, and download the Marketing Nation Summit 2017 app. And then once you load it, you'll be at a screen like this. Now, there's all these different icons down below, but the first thing you should do is hit this. Oops, let me move this. You should hit this menu button right here at the top. So when you go there, there's basically just a different layout of the menu where you can get to your notes and messages and things like that quickly. But then also, the first thing you want to do is set up your profile. So click that little gear icon and then go to Edit Profile. You can do cool stuff like add a picture of you. You can set this toggle to, by default, it will be triggered to private. And what this will do is basically make sure that all of your contact information, like your cell phone, email, all that, is not displayed on the networking section of the app, which I'll show you in a second. So I keep mine private. I love talking to people, but I just don't want my personal cell phone to be out there for the world. If you feel different, you can uncheck this and all your contact info will be displayed. But then there's, oops, I can't scroll on this. Duh. Trying to make this big. Okay. So yeah, you can edit any of your other stuff, your bio, your work history. You can link to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Once you're done, you can just click Save or Done at the top, and that's that. You can also edit your settings, which if you want to compete in the game, great. If you want to be on the leaderboard, awesome. I don't really have a thing about being on the leaderboard, so I disabled mine, but I still want to participate in the game. So that is basically the first thing you should do when you're in the app. However, some other things that you can do is you should have received an email from Marketo to set your agenda and pre-register for some sessions. You do that through a web browser, but you'll be able to actually get to your agenda and get push notifications via this app. So once you set that up online through the email you got from Marketo, you can just tap the agenda button and you can sort by day and look at all the different things going on. Or you could just look at my schedule along the bottom and then again, go by day and see what's on your personal agenda. If you have meetings, so obviously these are the sessions I'm going to attend. And then if you have meetings you want to set up with a vendor on the trade show floor, you could put these in here. You could even click this download button at the top and export it to your system calendar, your default calendar that your phone uses. And you can also add new events by clicking the little plus sign willy-nilly. So if you just want to meet someone for drinks or coffee in the morning, you could easily just say, something like coffee with Joe, Marriott Marquis, Starbucks, and start at, oh gosh, not 2 a.m. We could do like Monday at whatever. I mean, you know how to set up a calendar. I'm not going to insult you. But you can set up an alert. You can add in additional invites just like you would via an Outlook invite. So that's a really cool way to network with other folks and especially vendors, and just kind of stay organized at the event to make sure that you get the most out of the time that you have there. There's a few other buttons. I'm not going to explore all of them. You can look at the speakers and sponsors if that's your thing. The social feed is going to really light up once we get to the event, and there's 3 different sections of it in the app. The first one is event feed, and this is just people posting messages, and right now it's just all excitement of, Summit is going to be soon, and some tips and tricks and links for studying and that kind of thing. Shameless plug, now that I just saw that. If you tap an image, it'll expand fully. apparently not on the screen. But the crew chat crew will be doing a joint chat with Marketo on the future of customer engagement marketing. So you won't want to miss that on Monday, April 24th from 3 to 4. Cool. So I'm sorry. In addition to the event feed, any Twitter or I think just Twitter post that uses the Marketing Nation hashtag will show up here. So if you just wanted to see what people were posting, and there's some funny posts in here already, including some swag. And then what I saw earlier was someone already knows they won a Revy. So that's awesome. I think the winners were stealth announced just a few minutes ago. And then finally, if you have any notifications, I'm not quite sure how this works yet because the tagging of different people doesn't seem to work as it would on Twitter within the app, but maybe that'll be something live when we get there. But you can see any of your activity notifications here, which again, I'm assuming is going to start when the event starts. Another thing before I hit the networking tab is along with that social feed, there's kind of a game experience, and I think there's some prizes associated with it. There's a leaderboard. You can see your points. You can see different challenges that you can do to get more points. If this is your thing, it's kind of a fun little meta game to the event. Basically, share more, be more active on the app. You'll make more points. If you want to look at the leaderboard, like I said before, you can either choose to be on it or not, but you can see kind of who's who in the zoo as far as who's winning right now. So the threshold about a week out is about 20,000 points, which is pretty easy to make up. So you got time to get in there. And then there's also some rules here, which apparently aren't populated. So other than the event ends in at the end of Summit. So those things are cool. One thing that I think is probably the biggest value of this app is once you start interacting with folks in the social feed or you meet someone cool at the conference, go ahead and hit the networking icon, and you can make sure you can kind of sort through here to see if they're here. Like I know Danielle, and I want to make sure I add her as a contact because I want to hang out with Danielle at the conference. So I just hit confirm. She'll get a notification that we're connected. I can check out her LinkedIn and Twitters that she's set up. I could set up a meeting with her personally if I wanted to just grab coffee with her or whatever. And I think if I sent her a message, she would get a notification as well. So one thing you should do, though, when you first start the app, too, is come here. And again, with the little gear icon at the top, you can edit your profile from here, or you can hide yourself in the attendee list. I would encourage you to not hide yourself in the attendee list, but that is up to you. And like I said, when I hid my user information, you saw Danielle's populated, but mine is private. So that's, again, a personal preference. So you can toggle that on your profile itself, and that's pretty much it. There's some other cool stuff like maps. If you want to look at various spots in Moscone, you can look at the different levels and see the rooms. But the one that's probably most useful is level 1, which has the trade show map, or trade show, I don't know, lack of a better term, trade show. And you can organize this a couple ways. These icons at the bottom, if you have an appointment, you could tap that and those would show up. And they would tell you when and where. If you just want to look at every exhibitor, you can hit the location button and then zoom in and see, okay, who's in S744, Fellows, Modus Engagement, Curata, Informatica. So if making data lakes is your thing, you could go to S643. You could even click on that, click on Informatica, bookmark them, and you could even try to make an appointment with them and email or social share that they're there and that you want to get you or some of your team to talk to them. But another cool thing is, like, you can see once you bookmark people, I have a few scattered around here. And for example, Fathom is not too far from Informatica. And what you can do is, if they're bookmarked, same feature set, but you can kind of pre-plan who you want to talk to. So I already know my route. I'm going to stop by the Fathom. I'm going to talk to the folks at Lattice. I'm going to also talk to Informatica and AdRoll, Uberflip, Vidyard. Oh, I love Vidyard and Domo. So I kind of have a whole kind of little arc, not really a big one, planned out of who I absolutely need to talk to. So that makes it very easy for me to make sure that the time I spend in the trade show section of Summit is valuable, and I come out with more than just swag, although I will come out with a lot of swag, but that I'm able to have the conversations that I know I want to have. And then in addition to the trade show, you can also look at the different levels and see kind of what the rooms are and you know what sessions are in them. So I think I have no idea actually where mine is. But the cool thing is 2000 level 2, that's where you're going to go recertify or certify for the first time on the Marketo Certified Expert exam. So just a little bit of good intel. There's also a city map here in case you just didn't feel like using Google Maps, but that's cool. I think we're going to be doing the fun run somewhere up in here along the bay. And I think, you know, there's some other things in Marketo Experience you can kind of talk through. Like they have these organized by category. So if you wanted to talk about ABM success, you can talk with Marketo about their ABM product, or you could discuss with a company like Engagio or Infer, whoever, on kind of what their ABM offerings are and what the differences are and potential benefits. There's also a thing for top things to do in San Francisco if you're going to be there before or after the conference really starts. There's an app help section if I didn't cover anything, but I think I kind of hit the high notes, and also FAQs, which, you know, business casual dress code, we'll be fine everywhere. There's a lost and found apparently, and all that. So, and oh, most importantly, the Wi-Fi. Let's forget weather and dress, but like, you know, we gotta sort this Wi-Fi issue. If the SSID is going to be Marketing Nation, that one won't be hard. The password is going to be Summit 17. Also pretty intuitive, but just so you have it, it's here. And I'm positive someone is going to post this in the social feed on day 1 at Summit. Okay. What else did I want to hit on? I think that's it. So we're 5 days out from Summit beginning. And let me unshare my screen. How do I unshare? Oh, I did. So that is the Summit app, and hope that was useful for you. And more than anything, I hope that we can connect at Summit. So if you haven't yet, please feel free to add me to your network, and we'll grab a beer and or coffee or both at the event. So you guys have a great week. Hope this was useful, and we will talk soon.